If there is any possibility of finding life beyond Earth, that place is called Europa. Europa is one of the 79 moons orbiting Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. The moon is considered one of the most promising locations to harbor life. This is because it possesses all the essential ingredients for its development. To unravel this mystery, NASA is preparing an interplanetary mission named Europa Clipper, set to launch in October 2024. This lengthy journey will span 6 years, and if all goes as planned, the spacecraft will reach Europa in 2030. Until then, Earth Echoes will follow this cosmic journey, promising to unveil one of humanity's greatest fascinations. Are we alone in the universe? Or are there more secrets between heaven and earth than are dreamt of in our philosophy? Among all celestial bodies in our solar system, the moon Europa is currently the most intriguing to scientists. This is because the satellite presents strong evidence that there is salty liquid water beneath its frozen crust. It is through water that nutrients are dissolved, serving as food for microorganisms. Metabolism and the transport of chemical compounds found within living cells occur in water. And in this regard, Europa does not disappoint. Researchers believe there is a salty ocean with about twice as much water as all the Earth's oceans combined. Externally, the moon is covered by a layer of 10 kilometers of ice. Beneath this frozen surface, scientists speculate the existence of enormous underground oceans of heated water. This is thanks to the thermal energy produced by gravitational interaction with the planet Jupiter. Just as on Earth, organic compounds on Europa would likely originate from the impacts of asteroids and comets. Through these collisions, organic matter has been deposited on the moon across the entire 4-billion-year history of the solar system. The so-called building blocks of life, including carbon, hydrogen, and sulfur, make up 98% of the living matter present on Earth. It is from this combination that essential organic molecules for the development of life are formed. In turn, these organic compounds depend on a favorable environment for their development and maintenance. Precisely due to the presence of water and energy, scientists believe they may find life on Europa. This ocean is in contact with hot rocks at the seafloor. As Europa orbits Jupiter, the moon's interior flexes. It is this flexing that forces energy into the satellite, leaking energy in the form of heat. The greater the flexing, the more heat generated. On Earth, energy is supplied by the sun. However, on Europa, the input of energy would occur through these interactions between water and hot rocks at the seafloor. Thus, the type of life that could be found on Europa would be fueled by chemical reactions, and not by photosynthesis as we know it. Scientists have been developing the grand interplanetary mission Europa Clipper since 2013. The probe aims to determine whether there are indeed locations beneath Europa's surface capable of sustaining life. When we think of extraterrestrial life, we often imagine complex and intelligent humanoid figures. However, to this day, humans have not been able to prove the existence of even the simplest and most basic organisms. Scientists suggest that this hypothetical life on the Jovian moon would be unicellular, akin to the life that existed on our planet billions of years ago. Going further, there is a possibility of finding extremophiles similar to water bears, which exhibit great resistance to radiation. On October 10, 2024, NASA will launch the incredible Europa Clipper, a solar-powered robotic spacecraft. With its immense solar panels resembling wings, the Europa Clipper measures approximately 30 meters in length. This is roughly equivalent to the size of a basketball court. Equipped with 24 engines and advanced technology, the orbiter will weigh around 6,000 kilograms during launch. Nearly half of this weight will consist of the fuel necessary for the entire journey of approximately 2.6 billion kilometers to the icy moon. The trip will commence in the United States as the Europa Clipper is launched directly from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. During its trajectory, the spacecraft will first travel to Mars and then return to Earth. The plan is to leverage the gravity of each planet to increase the momentum towards the extensive interplanetary journey. These so-called gravitational assists will act as the driving force to propel the spacecraft to Jupiter by April 2030. The ultimate goal is to reach Europa, where the spacecraft will spend approximately 3 years conducting nearly 50 flybys, sending data back to Earth. Europa, along with its three large siblings, Io, Ganymede, and Callisto, was discovered by the brilliant astronomer Galileo Galilei in 1610. However, it took another 400 years for humans to have a detailed view of the peculiarities of the Jovian moons. In the 1960s, observations from Earth-based telescopes managed to determine the composition of Europa's surface. The moon is primarily composed of frozen water, much like most other solid bodies in our solar system. 10 years later, the Pioneer 10 and 11 probes achieved the significant milestone of passing close to the gas giant Jupiter. But it was only in 1979 that the Voyager 2 spacecraft presented humanity with the first impressive records of the moons. These images revealed that Europa possessed a surface smoother and brighter than that of Earth's moon. Europa is crossed by numerous red streaks and ridges and shows a curious absence of large impact craters. It is precisely this lack of craters that suggests something may have erased the impact of meteorites on the moon's surface. This could happen due to volcanic flows of ice or the sinking of the icy crust under its own weight. The best evidence that there is an ocean on Europa was collected by the Galileo probe, which orbited Jupiter from 1995 to 2003. Although Europa does not have its own magnetic field, when the probe passed by, a magnetic field was detected within it. Scientists speculate that the most likely cause of this is the supposed global ocean of liquid and salty water within Europa. The truth is that, to this day, science knows very little about the formation history of Europa and Jupiter's other moons. What is known is that this environment functions like a miniature solar system, where Jupiter's gravitational force induces deformations in Europa. These deformations, in turn, generate heat within its interior, making the existence of liquid water beneath its frozen crust possible. In 2030, all these questions will be closely examined, and humanity will know more than we do today. NASA will make history by studying one of Jupiter's most remarkable moons in detail. Among the mission's possibilities is the potential for the greatest discovery in human history: finding life beyond planet Earth. As if that weren't enough, the Europa Clipper will not travel alone on this lengthy interplanetary journey. Numerous space and astronomy enthusiasts have sent their names alongside the spacecraft. The Message in a Bottle campaign of the Europa Clipper received, by January 2024, about 700,000 names. These signatures have been gathered and engraved on a silicon microchip the size of a dime. This chip will be attached to a metal plate inscribed with the poem "In Praise of Mystery," written by American poet Ada Limon. The poem points to the wishes we send to the stars, to the beauty of the whale and bird song, to the treetops shaken by the wind. Humans are creatures marveling at the mysteries of nature, and it is not darkness, but water that unites us. We are all made of water, and in space, we may also find companionship through this boundless source of life. This is science and art traveling together, hand in hand, toward the future of our knowledge. Earth echoes through space, and space echoes back, revealing mysteries of our own existence. If you enjoyed this content, write Europa 2030 in the comments. Don't forget to share this video with other astronomy enthusiasts. To infinity and beyond.